Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead. Robert Kirkman regretting a past episode of The Walking Dead, but how that episode has changed the future of the series.
Yeah, guys. So this was very interesting. Robert Kirkman was discussing The Walking Dead with The Hollywood Reporter recently, and he did admit that one of the episodes he regrets doing was the CDC episode. He regrets it. We'll get into his comments, but basically, with all the spinoffs coming out, you know, with Daryl Dixon, The Ones Who Live, any other ones that they might come out with, Dead City, the CDC episode opened our eyes to how a person turns into a walker and the stuff that Jenner was doing to try to look for a cure. And then we got more information in The Walking Dead World Beyond, post-credit scene, where Dr. Jenner was communicating with the French, and they were trying to work on something, but the French effed everything up.
Yeah.
So it is very crucial to the franchise's future.
Now it is. Yeah.
Now it is. Yeah. And what their plans are. So the CDC episode was made 13 years ago, and Kirkman regrets about how things played out, specifically when it comes to Dr. Jenner's revelations. He says, quote, "If I had to do it again, I would have done the CDC episode. I wouldn't have done the CDC episode. It possibly gave away too much information and was such a big change very early on in the series. I've been careful in the comic series to not say what's happening in other parts of the world. It's something that's going to be fun to explore in the spin-off series, but the fact that France is mentioned in that episode and other things like that, I probably would have steered away from that stuff if I had to do it all over again." So,
what's the general consensus on... I think the episode is called TS-19, isn't it?
yes. Yeah.
What's the consensus on that episode? Like, was it... I personally...
Like, how the fans viewed it? Let us know what your thoughts in the comments.
Let us know. I don't know.
I think it was received very well just because of the big reveal that we got.
I'm an information guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I personally thought that was one of the better episodes. Me, personally. Just because... And I loved what they did with the TS-19.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the fact that was his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it meant that much more to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his mental state, the actor that portrays Jenner, awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that episode.
I'd say the only thing I didn't like about that episode was the crazy stuff that Shane was doing. But that's neither here nor there. He was going crazy. But that's the thing, though, is that we get this stuff kind of in The Walking Dead. We've had some stuff in Fear where we had this CDC episode, and then after that, never mentioned again. The only time it was partially mentioned was when Rick told the group what Jenner told him, that everyone has it.
Which at that time was probably the only reason to have the CDC episode, because Jenner whispers that into his ear, and the audience is like, what the hell did he tell him?
But then again, everything that they learned from that TS-19 episode was never touched on again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, I mean...
Which makes it sad.
It does, but you could make the argument that, like... Yeah.
What would they do, really?
That particular facility... that Jenner was in was so isolated. Like,
the CDC.
There weren't too many left to give that type of information.
Yeah,
so like
true.
It truly made sense that when that exploded, you know, our group is not going to go actively searching for another one.
Correct.
To find that information.
Yeah.
So
no, it's true. Sense. It's just that, you know, what the writers kind of, you know, the writers kind of saying and what we're kind of thinking is like, since it was never touched on again until later parts of the story where things about the cure has popped up in The Walking Dead, in Fear the Walking Dead, in The Walking Dead World Beyond, and how they could kind of pay homage to the CDC episode in the spinoffs with connecting a lot of that information, which, like we've said numerous times about the post-credit scene in World Beyond, about the cure, about variants, variants is a little bit different. But, well, not really, because it was part of Jenner's work in a sense, but... Yeah. I think it's cool hearing that from Kirkman, that he felt he gave too much information away.
Yeah, but coming from Kirkman doesn't surprise me, because if he could give no information, he'd do it.
He'd do it, or lie.
Yeah, which I do agree with him in some aspect. Like, it would have been cool to not have that at all, because then you leave the audience guessing and wondering what is going on. How did this all start? And all that we get as fans, if we didn't have that episode, were the pre-apocalyptic scenes that I enjoy.
Yeah, oh yeah,
we enjoy. Yeah, and that's why we enjoy them, is because we get to see how things went down.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's. That's what one thing we're hoping in the Daryl Dixon series is that they make that connection with the World Beyond post-credit scene, which does involve the CDC episode, technically with Dr. Jenner, because he was communicating with them, his recordings. And in my eyes, I don't think he revealed a lot of information. I think...
In the CDC episode?
Yeah, I think seeing that was perfect because...
Everybody wants to know how it started.
Exactly.
And that wasn't told. And that's never going to be told.
Or how you turn.
Yeah, that's never going to be told.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know how you turn.
We do. Kirkman has also said it's kind of it's the bacteria that really makes you turn.
Fever. It's the infection.
Fever, yeah, the infection. There you go. Yeah.
But we don't know how it truly got
transmitted
inside everyone. Yes,
exactly.
Yeah. We don't know how it became to fruition, right? Like we don't know how it all started. And
how did everyone get inoculated with it? Basically, I mean, we got a tease from World Beyond's post-credit scene that about the French, who all we're taking from that is they said that the scientists that were working on a lot of this went to a conference in Toledo, Ohio. They could have brought samples.
Does that mean that it had
already say airborne?
That it had already broken out?
I don't know.
And they were en route already?
I don't know.
So, like, in other words, like, the French were already exposed to this virus, meaning they saw a walker and that wasn't communicated around the planet? Like, that's what, know.
Well, that's the thing, though, is if everyone has the virus...
When did everyone have it?
What triggered it to begin?
Yeah.
Because, yes, let's say the scientists came over to this medical conference and they had vials of this stuff and it broke out, kind of like a Resident Evil thing. Well, then you're like, so it's airborne? Oh, not really. But you would have to come in contact with billions of people would have to, yes, there's people traveling on airplanes, coughing. We really don't know.
It's in the oxygen.
Truly. It's in the oxygen, yeah. It's Space Force. I mean, we'll never know.
I'll have to go back to that episode and watch it. It being my favorite, I would have no problem watching it. But did anyone ask Jenner how he thought it started? I don't think so. And wouldn't you want to know? I don't think anyone did. I think they were more focused on, is anyone close to finding a cure for it and stopping it?
Yeah, stopping. I don't
Not
think
how it started.
Yeah, I don't think anyone asked how it started.
Wouldn't you want to know?
Yeah. That's be the first thing I would say.
Exactly.
How did this start?
And again, it's been so long since I watched the episode. Maybe someone did, but I don't remember him going over that.
I don't. Let us know.
I think he said they don't know.
I think he said they don't. Yes, he did say. I think somebody did ask, and he says, "Well, we don't know."
Okay. Yeah.
We don't know how it started.
Mad cow.
Yeah. It's like The Last of Us. That was in the TV show. It was in food. It was in flour. In the game, they never.
They even brought it to a specific brand.
A brand flour. Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was cool. That was really cool.
I loved how they did that.
Yeah, but I don't know. You could also say, well, let's think about the millions of people in the world who get flu shots and other shots. Maybe something happened in that.
You're opening up Pandora's box
there.
I
know. That's the thing.
There's going to be people commenting, that's absolutely how it started.
It could be my pill medication. It's in that. Oh, it started. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of the biggest questions we'll probably never get is, if everyone already had it, what triggered it?
Yeah.
I don't know. We won't know.
I can't believe you said that.
What?
COVID jabs, people.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm joking.
It's all good. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts. Do you think Robert Kirkman gave too much information in that CDC episode? Did you enjoy that CDC episode? We thoroughly enjoyed it just because of the information that we got, the visuals that we got to see of a brain being an actual living brain to a dying brain and then an awaking brain of a walker, which was just so cool.
It was the shot of the bullet and the end of the bullet going through the X-ray or whatever, it was, and the times that it had, how he fast forward to a specific event. It was just cool how it was done.
One thing I wish they would have done, I know they didn't have a lot of time, but I think it would have been cool if they were studying a walker and studying the brain waves and everything like that. It'd be interesting to see, like, if you gave the walker like just a dead animal and it's feasting on the blood and the flesh, and you get to see what that activity in the brain is doing, and then when they're done eating, let them wait a number of days to see if maybe the brain goes a little bit darker because it hasn't eaten in a while, and then put a live animal in front of them to see, does it start sparking like, oh, I get to feed now?
Well, now you're going on the contrary of exactly the article that he's talking about. Too much information. But no, it would have been cool because, like, in other, zombie-related movies or shows, like, there are scenes where we're in a science lab and they're testing subjects. We see it in...
they showed some in World Beyond a little bit.
Yeah, but we see it in, I'm thinking movies.
Oh, movies.
Why am I drawing blank on this? What's the Will Smith one?
Oh, I Am Legend.
Yes, thank you. Jeez, wow. He's testing rats. He's testing, an actual zombie. Like, it would have been cool to see something like that in this world.
They were kind of doing that a little bit in Resident Evil. Not too much, but they kind of did a little bit of it in Resident Evil. But yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts on the CDC episode from Robert Kirkman. And, all right, guys, make sure you leave your comments below, like the video, subscribe, and we will see you guys soon. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.